Well, welcome back. So again, I don't have an intro to this video because I don't have anything to sell. I will be starting my next charity piece after we finish this one up, which will be pretty soon. So what are we doing today? Well, we're going to add the final layer of graffiti. I do feel the need first to talk about, I reshaped the A little bit, the top of the D's, because I noticed a bit of an asymmetry. And it's kind of thing, once again, I wanted to do on camera, but I was like, I caught myself stopping myself as I was doing it. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this. But what are we going to do today? How are we going to start out? Like we always do, we're going to put our main one to the side and get out our practice paper. So first, our examples. You know, something fun to do. Let's look how the words have changed. I definitely like the water better in this one. I kind of like the word, some of the shapes a little better, but I know I definitely like the positioning better here. And the Magikarp look bigger. Maybe it's just because the margin. I don't know, I think they are a little bigger. Which, maybe I could have made this one a bit bigger, but whatever. I think it looks good. Definitely should have made that one a bit bigger. But that gives us more room for our graffiti. Yeah. I see what it is. So I had the fish. I had him behind the tail here, so I made him bigger to up the scale of it. Whereas I brought this, I didn't like that section, so I purposely put it behind the tail there. So I wouldn't have to do it. That's funny. So I'm going to start off with these cool pins. These are the ones I told you I was using last time. I don't read Japanese. I was asking my mother about these because they were in stuff she bought, and she said that they were just something that was sent to her for free, and she thought I would do well using them, so. Alright, so let's start out with our favorite one, the Drowzee. In Pokemon, they do that weird little French. You know, funny thing about that, when I was a kid in school, you know, you make your 7. She insisted you made the 7 like that. If you did not make the 7 like that, the French way, you would get failed. She actually got pushed back on it, and because people were tired of their kids failing when their stuff was fine, and she was eventually made to concede. But my uncle was saying, because in the rest of the world, they draw one like that. You know, we do one like this a lot of the time. Or we do this. Hardly anyone does their one like this in America. So I guess that looks a lot like that. It's kind of like in America, we have the argument with people who do 4 and 4. People hate that 4 because it looks like a 9. But I really like how this Drowzee looks. The only thing to me is it's too skinny. I want more like this. You want it fat and messy, you know? And I'm doing the 3 Z's to be like, he's putting you to sleep, because he's Dr. Sleep. So see, that's more, it looks more painted on, is I guess what I'm getting at. So I guess we're going to be sticking with pins. I'm a little concerned about how much the Pikachu one's going to show up. Let's see how this yellow looks. I mean, I guess I could just go over it a bunch. son's been using a lot of these, so yeah. Alright, so let's try that one. I tried to make all their handwriting look a little different. So I think that's what his is going to be like. Alright, let's do Psyduck. The boy. I already have blue out. Psyduck. I like that. And our final boy, Master P. Who, his I was the most unsure about. Let's find some orange. I could do Pikachu's in red. It's going to come down to where I put it on the thing, and that's something we're going to talk about in a minute. So his is just like a quick scribble. I'll do his in cursive. Yeah, I like that. Something like that. I think I'm going to leave out that part and just have it like that. Alright, so. Let's get our original. So one thing we're going to have to think about a lot is where these are going to go on here and also our margins. So, to help us with that, I'm going to cut out part of our frame to begin with. Now, I make very specific margins. And the reason I do that is because they are the size of my ruler. Sure I got this lined up straight. And Zamboni. Again, you don't have to use black paper for this. I just like black paper. I don't want the frame... Like, a lot of times you see, especially in older artwork, it'll be in these beautiful, elaborate, gilded frames and whatnot, and I love that. But personally, I like my frames to be as plain as possible. So the focus is more on the art. Okay. By the way, been playing Legends Arceus. Have not been able to get Eevees to appear again. And you know what else? I finally caught a Pikachu, so I was like, alright, maybe I can get that as my electric. And it was a girl. And I can get more to appear, but they're all girls. And, I mean, I'll use it, but I hate how they dock the tails on them. I've been headcanoning that people did that. But, I mean, I hate it. I just... Why you gotta cut the tails of the Pikachu? Bruh. Leave my Pikachu tail alone. Takes me right back to Crystal when they were turning Slowbo into food. I've always wondered, that guy tries to sell you the tail, and they make it so high, I don't think you could possibly ever afford it at that time in the story. Like, if you hack in the money, could you actually buy it? Like, if anyone knows a video where someone's done that, there's so many Pokemon nerds out there, and I use nerd as a term of endearment, that I figured someone will have done this by now, or found a way. Theoretically, I guess, you can make Pokemon hold items if you traded over a bunch of Pokemon that were holding like an expensive item and had the guy sell them. But like the most expensive items I think are a few $1,000s, and it was like $1 million. In trading, I mean, especially in the older games, took forever, so you'd really have to want to do this, and I messed that up so bad. Okay, so I messed this one up pretty bad. Mainly, I think, because I was trying to cut around the frame of the camera. So, we won't use this one. Fucking it up more. This is just an example of all the stuff that can go wrong. So, we won't use this one. Oh my gosh. Alright, so we won't... Sorry, I gotta laugh out the frustration. So, we won't use this one for our framing, but we can use it for what we want now. And I'll show you what that is. Okay, so I'm sure you're thinking, Ricky, I forgot what's going on. Why did we mutilate this paper? And because the edges are more or less good, we're going to use this to see where the margins will be without me having to mark the paper. More or less, just get on there. And wow, I'm surprised. Quite a bit of our picture's lost, isn't it? And again, that's why I'm going to, really around here, I'm going to cut out quite a bit. And this margin, it's going to be high up here. I guess a better example would be like this. At least the bottom lines up on that. So the bottom's going to look like that. But obviously I'm going to need to clear up more on top and the sides unless I want a large amount of my image cut off. Yes, we know I got to have these names right tied up on there. So I really think I'm going to have these two guys, the Drowsy here, the Master P, the Drip Chew over it. I mean, I'll do that with like the Psyduck too. I kind of thought of scribbling the Psyduck up here, which I might like right here, Psyduck, just because he is so important to me. He's my little guy. Where's my example paper? Okay. This is making me nervous. Ugh. Let's start with the one I know I'm going to like. The Drowsy. So, I just got to do it. 1, 2, 3. Now, you see the bottom is kind of bleeding through. But I actually wanted that. Because, again, our story is you just have 3 hoodlums in front of graffiti. Did they do it? Or did they just sign their names on it? Any fan of the Boondocks out there? There we go. That. Okay, I'm gonna admit that looks way better. I'm sorry I've been getting too low. I need to redo my tape again because I've moved. I've changed how I prop up the camera since then, but man, oh man, does that look how I wanted it. So now let's do Master P. I wonder how I can make his P look more like that, Master P. There we go, like that. Master P. I love that. So I'll do... I'm going to have it coming partially out of his tail. It's hard to start up in the right spot because I don't want one part to be way darker than the rest. Put Master P right there and then Drip Chew. Okay. Might turn a little green. You know, let's actually try that out on a different piece of paper first. So here we have a different piece of paper with the same blue. Does it turn green? Kind of. I'm glad I tried that out. Well, Pikachu's not doing his paint when it's wet, is he? So I might have to do his a little different. Okay, let's try that. Still green. I think I'm just going to have to accept that his is going to have a green hue. And that's going to be part of it if I want to use yellow. That's the thing. Pikachu's color is yellow. So it's like, it's going to be yellow or red, right? Let's, I guess try again in red. I could also just do straight green. Maybe like rep a little Grove Street. That's the thing though, do I want to do just green or do I want to do the yellow green? So, I mean, we have all this blue, we might as well try. So, let's try right here. That's what that looks... No, I'm sorry, I'm too low again. So that's what that looks like. And now let's try the yellow. It was all yellow. I mean, what do you think? You can't really see that. I kind of like it, though, because, like, that's how graffiti is, you know? There's, like, different levels. They're not all saturated the same. Especially if you have different people doing it. I'm going to go with the yellow. Okay, that looks pretty cool. It just looks messy. It just looks like an odd spot in the wall. You really have to get close to make out what it says, and I kind of like that. It just adds to the messiness. And so now, the main question that's been bothering me, where am I going to put Psyduck? Now, of course, I thought here over the Gyarados, but I really don't want to break up my Gyarados. I could try signing like here, or up here. I have two there, though, so I feel like maybe if I did like right here, like if I did it right here, over the fish, to actually cut over the fish a bit, you think? Would he be so pretentious? I think he would. It cuts over part of the shadowing, actually. But that's part of the beauty of it, too. Well, so I really don't have that much today. So next I'll be doing the frame for this. So what do you think? Did the little graffiti tips like help pull together the ambience of the world, or did I fuck it up? Again, art is subjective, so it's up to you. I kind of don't like that the roundness of that was destroyed, but I also like it because, again, it's part of the environmental storytelling. I mean, obviously I chose to put it there. This has probably been one of my shortest videos, but this wasn't really too big of a thing. Okay, I'm way happier with how this turned out than I thought I was going to be. Oh, there you go. You can really make out the drip shoe now. I love how hard that is to read. Man. Well, so this is it. I'm going to call this one complete other than framing. So tomorrow we'll start the framing video. I'm going to spray paint. Looks like it's going to get cut off a bit. I'm going to spray paint some stripes on the frame. I'll make a video decorating the frame and cutting it out and framing it. And in that video, I'll discuss my next projects for the channel. And that'll be here probably in the next few days, whenever I have free time. Again, it is the holidays right now. And I have some family over, as I'm sure you do too. But this is definitely a great way to end my day. And I hope, just like it has been for me, that has been a really good spot in your day.